Hey guys, I just want to make something clear like before I start the video. I'll put up a little recording, you'll see it right now, of how you kind of get to these certain trades because it's pre-market and it's extended market, so after hours and pre-market. So you can't actually do these call or put options before the market opens for many stocks, but you have a SPYXW, it's SPXW, is a forex trading market, and that's for like your just general market, your SPY or your Nasdaq, right? And so by typing that in, you can do these pre-market trades and after-hour trades, and I'll show that now how to do that. Um, but yeah, it was just kind of like it will walk through it. It'll probably be like 2 minutes. I'll put a little time note of whenever you can skip to the video of what the strategy is really like. Um, but yeah, hope y'all enjoy. If you didn't learn anything, uh, ask me some questions on the Discord. I'll link it below. If you did learn something, hopefully you'll be able to test it with me so I can kind of show you through the process. With work and everything, it is busy, so I can't really walk through every line with y'all, but I will show you markers of where I buy and where I sell. So yeah. Okay. Hey guys. I was going to show you a little bit into my strategy of my pre-market trades, just so you can kind of see the way I trade and why I get my signals or how I get my signals. So here you have a chart of SPY, right? So this is your big part of SPY. Each of these that you're seeing are like your volume indicators right here. Okay, then you have your RSI that kind of shows your volume of where it's going, right? So like here was your hard strike up, here hard strike up. It just it's cleaner if you look at these lines rather than candles. Here you can also see it. Your MACD, you can kind of see whenever stuff is flipping. Um, as you can see, hard buy up, you see the candles go up, then you see the hard fall down, you see the candle to the reverse, right? See that same thing. So this is what I was going to jump into, how I do my pre-market trades and why I do them only. So here, let's go to a random day to not be biased. As you can see, the market's been striking up, right? So random day, let's go right here. No clue what happened on this day. No clue at all. So my strategy is solely looking at these RSI and MACD, and it has to be before 9:30. So here you can see the big volume candle hit up 9:30. Typically, I mean, if y'all on my Discord, y'all know this. Um, I trade between like my market hours are typically early in the morning, pre-market, just because of work stuff in the morning. I can't really trade around 9:30 because I'm working. Um, Plus, I also think it's a bad time to trade then, or even around lunchtime, like you get around here. Just, I don't like trading it's there because most people are told to trade around lunch. And so I do my extended hour trading. It just has worked better for me. But so let's 9:30, that's market open. Let's go around the time frame I like to trade. Okay. So I wake up around this time right here. You can see at the very bottom, if you look at the bottom of the screen down here, you can see the time. Just random day, May 15th. And I go up here and you see this. This is like I like to call it your pre-market hours right here, kind of like after 6 o'clock. Um, right here is kind of your time where I like to trade. And so you kind of look right here. Let's how do I do this? So typically I wake up in the morning, right? So I wake up around, let's say this time, right? And I'll look at kind of the chart right here. You can see there's I don't really know how to see it right here. I'll show you on my phone. It'll be a better example. But you can see if you're either down or up in pre-market. You can see like you're down 0.3% or you're up 0.3%, right? And what I like to look at is, let's say this line right here, this imaginary line. Let's just say there's an imaginary line right here. Okay. As you can see, it goes below, goes above, a little bit below, above, a little bit below, above, a little bit below, above, right? Then you hit that above. Well, what I like to look at is whenever I first wake up and I'm taking a trade, am I, let's just say, like right here? What I like to look at is the bottom. Whoops, my bad. The bottom of each candle. Okay. I like to look at the bottom of candles. The lowest it was the night before, because right here you're getting really low lows, right? Compared to like right here. Whoops. Right here. Oh my goodness, I keep grabbing it. right here above, you can kind of see that the market drops down, right? And then you're hitting kind of a base because you can see this candle, it went down really far, but the hour marker, whatever it is, what is it on? It's on 5 minute interval. So in 5 minutes, it went down really far, but it came back up before the 5 minutes was over. That's what that's what your lines represent, right? So that's how far it went down, but it actually came back up and it was a green candle because it actually went back above where this candle ended. And so that's kind of where those candles, um, that's kind of why you have that line and then the little chunk. Um, but this is a really good candle to look at for reassurance. If it drops really, really low within 5 minutes, right? So like your first 3 minutes, it's like dooming down, right? You're like, oh crap. Like, um, which for me that's actually a good thing because if I haven't bought yet and it's that low, I'm like, oh, maybe it's a good time to buy, right? But it goes that far down, and then you see it go back up, and it hits 5 minute candle looking like this. So there's a couple different examples here. You have a candle that looks like this, right? Candle looks like this. Same exact thing. Candle looks like this. And look what you see after every single one. Boost. Right here. Boost. Right here. Boost. See that? It's like a consistent theme. You'll look right here and you'll be like, well, what are these candles? Like right here, you got a little bit of down, a little bit of up. But like, look at the difference. Look at the difference. This candle also tested its high and didn't break even above. It was just an average candle, right? It didn't break above. It didn't finish out at a top point like buyers were trying to force it back up. Here you can see buyers were forcing it back up. You don't have that little line above the candle. And so that's one example. So let's just say I think I did actually trade this day. I can't remember if I did or not, but I woke up around 5:30, 5:40, okay? And I look and I see that we've had a down right here. We've had a down right here. And I'm waking up like right here. And I'm like, oh crap, like we've had these down moments. And we are going down right back down to this bottom right here, retesting it. Okay. So I'm like, I'm getting in my car about to drive or whatever. And I get stoplights, whatever. I'm just kind of looking at it, listening to music, whatever it is. And I kind of see this down candle right here. I'm like, we're retesting this bottom, like danger zone, right? And I'm like, okay, well, I've seen these candles, I've seen what they look like, and I've seen that like I like them. They're um, really good indicators. And I see this bottom candle, and I see MACD right here starting to raise itself right here. It was higher than this level. Then I look down here, and I see this trend that's been flowing at one timeline the whole time, like one range. And then I see right here was another oversold volume. See that kind of averages right here through this middle section. Then down here it traces back down to a low. And I'm like, okay, that's actually like a really nice time to buy. And so what I would do right here in early market, I would buy right here at your bottom. And then I'd be like, okay, whatever, let's just see what it does, right? And I test consistency in this one, it went back up. And so um, that one was good. Here, or let's go to another day. So that was a good call option, right? I want to show you what a put option would look like. What I would do for a put. Come on, go back in. So here, 9:30. Let's go to my time frame. I'm waking up around right here. Some days, if you're on my Discord, you'll see like I trade a little bit later than right in the morning, 5:30, because it's really early. I'll wait till I see good candles, because right here you just see like averaging out. And then I see right here, you're like, you got a lot of volume right here, but I'm not trading off this candle. And then I see that up, I'm like, oh, it actually went pretty high. And then what I like to see, like right here, is a good example. A candle went really, really high, and it averaged back down within the 5 minutes, which means your volume's pushing it back down. Like um, sellers are coming into that market. Plus, you're getting closer to 8 o'clock, so you're having more trades kind of come in. Like this is your 7:30, 8 o'clock time frame, and so some time hours. Well, if you're more Europe, you're up at this time and everything. So, um, and so you look at it, you get that same tester candle, but it's your little line above it again, and so that's not your best entry marker. But we're like, okay. you look at these, whatever, whatever. And then again, right here, I think, I don't think I did this trade this day. But you see right here, it's the same exact thing. A good name would be a candle with no hair, right? You got a leg right here. You got no hair on top of this candle. Buy to the limits. Obviously, you can see right here it went back down and then it shot back up because you see there's a hair on the bottom. So it actually went below before it went back up. But like you have good indicators here for good trades that are pre-market. Thing is, you hit pre-market and you can't guess this stuff. Like goes straight down to the bottom, straight back up, straight back down, straight, back up. You can't guess stuff after a market open, so I don't like to trade there. And y'all witnessed that of where I do a trade after 9:30, it just doesn't go well. And so I don't suggest doing a trade around that time frame. Um, and if you're wondering what this is you go to your random stock, right? So let's do SoFi. I'm on computer right now. I'll also show you the mobile side because I typically do this on my phone, right? Bad day this past Friday for this, right? And you have this thing called Legend Chart on phone. I think it's just advanced, but you click it. What it does, it takes you to this page. They have like an advanced layout. It's kind of like Trade Insider. And you can see the same exact thing. This is for SoFi up here. And you got the same exact thing right here. See? And I had puts Friday. I just didn't hold them a long time. The Discord would know they saw my trades. But but yeah, so those are those examples. But let's go back to SPY because that's what I like to trade um, pre-market because you can trade SPY pre-market and after hours. So that's why I like to do this kind of trading because there's not much risk at that volume. There's not volume in the morning pre-market, so you can time trades based off of actual lines. So it's just good, right? So let's go to a random day. Random day, closing my eyes. Stop. I think I was moving. Okay. Whatever. Stop. I said stop here, here, whichever one. Let's just say right here. May 22nd. Okay. Volume right here. So that's your 9:30. Let's trace before it. Your 5:30. I'm kind of waking up right here. I see this bottom candle right here and goes up, goes back down. You hit kind of right here. Oh, where is it? Right here. And that's kind of your other bottom where that candle is. And so the thing is too, also look at your previous markers, right? So you have a marker, your other bottom's right here. Then it has a top right here. It traces over that top. So right here is a good spot to do a put because you can see it's hitting to this marker. But there's no real good signal, so not logically would you do a put here, right? Goes back down. Here is another good call option. You come right here, come right here, come right here, come right here. Boom, right? You hit this spot right here. You have another one of these candles that went down and traced back up. Okay. Yes, the next candle did do a bottom. It went down a little bit further. It traced up, it had a hair above, and it traced down below. But here you're seeing like this consistent candle. You're not getting it on a downtrend. You don't see this kind of candle on a downtrend where it has a long foot with no hair on the top. See, not a long foot, not a long foot. Here, long foot, no hair. That one's a long foot, no hair, but that's your longer candle, right? If you have a long candle like that, like it's not gonna work because it's not your bottom indicator, right? But you have your hair and then your long head. That's not a good candle. You want you want ones that are like this, really small head, right? Right here, really small head, and it's just this is it's not you're not just looking for these indicators and you're like, oh, this means the market's going up. No, it's more of a logical thing, right? There's psychology in trading. So certain patterns, if market's going down, that's going to do things to people's psychologically, and it people's psychology can be seen within candles, right? So that's why they're making more. They're actually starting to make more AI trading simulators that are trading based off of psychology. So they can see when most people are selling out is actually a good time to buy in because they know the market's going to go up over time. But there's just different things like that. See right here, just, oh my word, a leap of heights right there, right? I think that was, I don't know. That's just absurd though. I think I actually I may have had puts on this day. Wait, that's just after hours. This is the middle of the night. It's at like 4 hours for 20. That's like 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. That's absurd. That's some kind of bull crap. Um, okay, let's go to this one. One last one. And then if y'all have any questions, just let me know. Here you're 9:30. Let's go whenever I'm waking up. I'm waking up around this time frame. Here you can see that there's a lot of not much trading going on right here. It's kind of leveling out, and you'd be like, well, Sam, like let's trade during a more increased, more volume, right? Well, my strategy is not to be done with volume because it's just risky when you have a lot of volume um, that's manipulating your prices and stuff. And so let's see, right back here. No good candles at all. I'm gonna be purely honest. No good candles. Here you do have a bottom. Wait, wrong spot. Here you do have a bottom. Can I make a line style? I don't know how to do that. I haven't messed with this enough. It looks like this is the lowest candle of kind of like this little down thing right here. So make a line, right? And then here you can kind of see, actually, this is a really hard morning to really look at because you don't have much pre-market to look at. Um, but look at this stuff pre-market, like even that. Like even this really high candle that shot back down, that's just an indicator that there's too much there's sell orders at a certain spot. Like I think right here you probably had sell orders at 753. So they were just getting hit and getting knocked out. Like because people put their buy orders and sell orders in the stock market, right? And people it just goes automatically in. It's not like a bunch of people are looking at their phone like, oh, let's just buy here, sell here, sell here. It's not like that. It's more of a stop loss system or buy orders and stuff. So, um, but this is a hard market, hard morning. Like if I woke up right here, where is it? Like 5:35, 5:40, and I looked at this right here, I'm probably not buying or selling or anything. Um, actually, here's a really good example. Here's a really good example right here. Whoops. This is a really good example. Right here, you have your little wave right here, your little hill. Can this thing zoom in? This is really close, right? So you can see the volume's not that high, 752, and then you're 753. But a dollar is actually a lot whenever you're doing these calls and puts. But here, you see this little top candle, and I will say that this candle is invalid if it's at the top of a hill, right? So if it's not at the bottom. So right here you've gone up and you're getting that same candle. It doesn't mean, hey Sam, let's buy here. Let's put calls. No, it doesn't mean that. Because it's at the top, it's an invalid indicator. But here you can see that it traces back down. And then we're retesting these levels right here again. And yeah, it's candle that goes up, it gets rejected, and it goes back down. And so I like to trade at retests. So pre-market stuff's always going to waver. And so right here, you're getting your high, then you're going back down. And then right here, you're testing it again. I probably, because I've already seen this right here, I see that the market gets tested at this time. And I see it again right here. And I'm like, oh, look what it did right here. It went down after the first time it hit this point. So the second time it hits this point, I'm going to be like, well, it's going down again. And so right here, I see that it's at its highest. I see that it's going by this. Um, and I've seen that I've done it. Obviously, the more times you see something like this go above and drop, go above, drop, go above, drop, the more you see it, the more it's an indicator of, oh, I can invest in this point and I can put a put right here and I know it's going to be going down based off of other repeated sequences, right? Once you get to 9:30, these sequences no longer matter. Obviously, here you see it drop hard. the sequence was still valid, right? But you see here, like you're let's stretch this out more. No, don't buy that. Okay. You see here, it never retests that until like weeks later, right? But but yeah, so that's kind of my pre-market strategy. Um, when you're seeing these little hills pre-market right here again, right here you got your little high hill, and then right here it's retesting it again. You put puts at this top order where you see it rejected the first point. Put order here. Look at that. Like you would have made bank that pre-market first 9:30, but I don't think I'd wait that long. I don't think I'd do it based off of this trade. I'd probably look at right here, this bottom line right here, not right here. Where'd it shoot up? This bottom candle. You have this averaging point right here, and you see this thing just slam down, and you're getting that really long leg at the top. Yes, this one has a really like a small hair on the head, but look how long the leg is. Like this thing dropped, and buyers were like, "Heck yeah, I'm jumping in." And that's like such a good example of like where you want to call it because you're going to call up that order, right? And here, yeah, you're getting that scary point, but a long hair again. So like if I buy a call right here, I see going up, seeing up, I'm profit right here, I'm profit right here. It drops down there. Yes, it's going to be scary. Yes, it's going to be very scary. But the problem is it's not your 9:30 time frame, and you're racing back into this spot, and you saw that people pumped it back up and it hit there. So odds are, based off of my strategy being a little over 75%, I know this is going to go back up. You see here again, long hair goes back up. Okay. And then obviously it hits right here, which is where this one hit up and it went down. And so it's just retesting. So I hope this video has been able like to teach you something. If not, just ask questions. It's going to take time to learn these things. There's obviously educational videos that kind of explain what these things are actually called, candles, what these patterns are actually called. But I don't think you see many pre-market trading strategies. Mine's been really consistent lately. The thing that's been hard to me is how much I put on a trade, right? So if I put $200 on a trade and it 100%, like I'm walking out with $400, right? But sometimes I get to these trades and it's like $600, right? And let's say I sell my stop loss is like 50% down, right? I just lost 50%. I just lost $300, right? And it's like even though I 100% of this one, 50% of this one, I actually still lost $100 because I they weren't the same cost of what they cost, right? They didn't cost the same amount. One was 200, one was 600. And so I'm learning that, and that takes time. And I'm trying to get better at my call outs, and so I'll try to help y'all out with that. I don't really know Discord. I don't really know how to do those things yet. It'll take some time, but I don't really want to sell courses and charge y'all things because I'm wrong sometimes. And so far, I've been right with this strategy, and it's been about 3 weeks. I've been profitable for 3 weeks. Um, Before that, I had been in an old Discord server, and I followed a lot of his trends and everything, and he made me lose a lot of money doing that. And so the past 3 weeks, I've been actually doing really good. Been consistent, been having a profitable week every single week, and so yeah. Um, I'll put my Discord server link in the bio. If other people want to watch this video, if it helps them out, I hope it does. Um, I mean, we're fighting against hedge funds and billionaires, and so we just want to put food on the table. And so I pray and hope that this video is helping you guys. Jesus is Lord. Jesus is the Lord. I promise. Um, get into the Word, dive into it, read it, understand what wisdom is and what greed is, because in this kind of job, in this kind of market, greed can take your mental over very quickly. And so I uh, I just want you to really understand what you're getting yourself into, because if you're gonna have pride and greed in this kind of market, you're going to end up pretty poor. And so, um, there just needs to be wisdom with trading. Um, you got to be okay with 10% days. Some days you got to be okay with break even days. That's just the way it is. Like if you have a job outside, that's your standard job of what should be funding your account and be paying the bills, right? So if you have, if you work for a whole month, you got to pay all your bills and you have an extra $100, put 50 of it into trading. And after 4 months, you have an extra $200 you can trade. That $200, like I was down, I got I was at $200 on my one of my accounts, and I got it all the way up to like $4,000, right? And sadly, it's not at 4,000 anymore. It's around like 2,000 because I did some dumb trades with not leveraging, but on my old server, not my server, the other server I was on. This guy's name was Danny or whatever. I took some crazy trades that just made me lose a lot of money, and so, um, but yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I've been yapping for way too long. I need to go to watch the Hurricanes play now. Hurricanes versus the Los Angeles team. I don't even know what their mascot is. But yeah, hope you all have a great day. Um, Good luck training this week. Be in the Word, be praying, trust in God. He's your ultimate source of truth, the only person that can be 100% true to you. And so he's my savior, and I'm nothing without him. And um, so I don't want to charge y'all for this stuff. Maybe it could be a job one day where I could do something out of it, but currently, it's just learning, right? And I hope y'all are learning too. But yeah, see y'all.